Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is January 23rd, 2023. We are in the Old Testament. We are in the book of Genesis. We're reading chapter 21, verse 22 to the end, which is 34 today. All right, so our author Moses, led by God to write down some history of the Jewish people, starting from creation. We're now to the point of Abraham. We just saw the birth of his son Isaac, who's going to be the next in line, who's going to be the next story that we take up, but he's finishing up some things. Yesterday we finished up that Hagar and Ishmael story. It showed us that, hey, you know what? They weren't part of it. Yeah, there was some sin involved in how we got Ishmael, but you know what? God is not holding that against them. He's going to bless them too, because they came from Abraham. One last thread he wants to take up is Abimelech, the king over the land of Canaan. Now as Abraham is going through Canaan, God's saying, hey, this is going to be yours, this is going to be your descendants, this is going to be yours, this is going to be your descendants. He goes over here, this is going to be yours, this is going to be descendant. Now Abimelech it's already his. He's the king in Canaan. And we saw that was one that as Abraham went into his territory, he lied about Sarah and said, well, she's my sister. And he said, oh, well, she's pretty, I'm going to take her to be my wife. And God said, nuh-uh, and punished him until it was revealed that no, she was actually Abraham's wife, and he had to give her back, and then some. We see a little more of how they dealt with each other. One of the ways that I would possess land in the ancient days, if I dug a well and lived there, then that's my land. I dug the well. This is my land. But Abraham's moving from town to town, so he digs a well, and then he's going to move off. Now, that doesn't mean that he abandoned it. When he comes back, it should be his, but other people are coming and saying, oh, here's a nice well, and nobody's around, and they're going to start living there. And they say, well, now it's our land, and who are you to say it's yours? You're a foreigner here, because Abraham was a foreigner at that time. It wasn't his land yet. But he's digging wells. That's permanence. He enters a contract here in this section with Abimelech and says, you know what? No, this is my land. I'm digging this well, and it's going to be for my descendants. And I want to, here's 7 ewe lambs. Okay, that's the price that I would pay to a king that I'm going to take his land. And it's going to become my land. And you're going to have to record that, King Abimelech, in your court records that I own this land now for all time. So that's how this process is going of Abraham going through the promised land. He's digging wells. It's not his land at that time. It's still promised to him. It's not his yet, but he's doing the things for his descendants that show that he believes that this is going to be their land. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Genesis chapter 21, verse 22 to 34. And it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of the army, spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me, with my offspring, or with my posterity, but that according to the kindness that I have done to you, you will do it to me and to the land in which you have dwelt. And Abraham said, I will swear. Then Abraham rebuked Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had seized. And Abimelech said, I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, nor had I heard of it until today. So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech. And the two of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Then Abimelech asked Abraham, what is the meaning of these 7 ewe lambs which you have set by themselves? And he said, you will take these 7 ewe lambs from my hand, that they may be my witness that I have dug this well. Therefore he called that place Beersheba, because the two of them swore an oath there. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. So Abimelech rose with Phicol, the commander of his army, and they returned to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham stayed in the land of the Philistines many days. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.